Hello everyone and welcome back to the wilds, where our cougar family has found themselves in a very interesting place, in a very snowy place at that. This is the mountains, and we've ventured up here for a little bit. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know if we want to set our spawn up here, but whatever the case may be, I think we're gonna hang out here for a little bit, at least until, hopefully not, but if it happens, if someone ends up getting knocked out, there's something going on over there. What is this? Is this deer or is that moose? I think it's deer. But there are moose in this. No, that's definitely a moose. That is definitely a moose. Well, this one's a little bit off on the side. How hard are these guys going to be to take out? I would presume not as hard as moose can be to bring down in Wolf Quest. Oh! Well, that worked. This is a level 20. Not super hard, although I think that was a baby. Let's go ahead. No, I don't want to sniff Redwood. We already know who Redwood is. I want to identify this because I believe this is a moose, correct? I think? Yeah, Shiras moose. Interesting. Alright, so there seems to be new prey up here. Well, that might be beneficial to our growing cougar cubs here. We might want to go ahead and do some more hunting. So I think we're gonna let these guys go ahead and get a start on trying to level up here. I don't know how high of a level we'll get to today, but we definitely want to make sure these guys have the chance to continue growing. Right now, they're at about 8 months, so they are getting bigger, but they are not full grown yet. We're going to be calling that about a year, so we've got a little bit longer before they're going to be quite ready to forage out on their own. There were more moose here a little bit ago, so I think we'll see if Olive and Redwood can get an attack in on them, maybe? I don't know where they went. Can I sniff around? We can see... So we do have this interface here where we can see different creatures. You can see there's some bird scents. There are some... probably, well, not mammal, but there's some, I think, predator scents. Something with a paw print like ours, but I don't know if it distinguishes between, like, cougar, wolf, and bear. And I don't actually see the moose, so they may have left. Oh yeah, we can shake a berry bush. That's kind of interesting. I'd forgotten that that was a thing. We also might have quests. Should probably check. Ah, right, we have another eagle quest. That's right. We had finally completed the fox one, and now we're right back to eagles. At least maybe they'll be more common up here if there's moose, and we've never seen moose before. So maybe the eagles will be more common up here. We'll have to keep an eye out. That looks like a wolf in the distance, but I do think it's alone. So we can probably take it on. Oh no, it's a fox. Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, no one is safe. The cubs need hunting experience and food, and you are a good source of that. So far, nothing super scary has shown up, but I'm pretty sure bears would still hang out up here. I don't know, there's not polar bears in this game, I don't think, because this would be a decent environment for that. Well, maybe it's more mountains than, oh no, why did I open my mouth? It's more mountains than tundra. However, there do in fact seem to be bears here. I don't know if you can see this on the video very well, but I can see that there's a bear over there. So I think it might be time for us to take our leave. However, let's maybe take a peek through this lookout point before we go. We can go ahead and look around, get a view of the frozen lakes, apparently, is what this place is called. Quite interesting. There's a hollow log, it looks like. I don't even know if we'd fit through there at this point. Oh, it is a very pretty region. I like these different little regions that are throughout the map. You can see, though, that there are bears over there off to the right that we just passed. So I don't think we want to hang out in proximity of them for too long. Maybe we'd best keep moving before Redwood finds trouble. Oh, buddy. Is this actually totally frozen? Oh, it is. Interesting. And we've got like a little freeze effect on us. Or I think we do. I can see kind of blue when I look down at the water here. I see kind of this frozen looking appearance. I think that must be the cold from the ice. Interesting. I don't know if the temperature mechanic is really fleshed out yet. Again, this game is still in development and early access, so there's some things that have not been added yet. But we do have a temperature gauge, so if it is going to drop anywhere, I reckon it would be up here. There's a deceptive amount of area up here, and let's grab a snack while we're at it. Excuse me? Excuse me? What do you mean that didn't attack? I was gonna say there's a lot of space up here. No, you don't get to run away. Excuse me? Oh my word. Well, I don't even know where he's leading us, but we've come quite far. You should have been knocked down. Oh, he might get caught up on the wall here. Yes, this is our chance. There we go. We got him. All right, let's see if we can finish him off. There we are. This is a lot farther than I expected to be able to go. I thought this area was quite small, but it seems we've even found the source of the river up here. I think it's kind of coming out of the mountains here. Wow. Well, there's some exploring we have to do, I think. Now that's a moose. This one seems like it could be a little stronger, but I think Redwood might be feeling pretty bold here, although I don't know if we'll actually... Oh, I don't think it's gonna let us attack. No, his attempt may have been thwarted, because we are having the issue with not being able to... Oh, no, never mind. It's letting us target now. This might work. We probably are gonna have to let it slow down, regain some stamina, and then sneak up on it here again. But Redwood is just bold enough that I think he would take his chance, try to down it. Oh, it's pretty strong. It is pretty strong. Ooh, yeah, that hurt. That hurt quite a bit. But with that pounce attack, after he managed to trip up those long legs, that's all the food we're gonna get, really? Okay, well, at least it was good hunting experience. As it turns out, apparently, at least in the wilds, those long, spindly legs are easy to swat out from underneath a moose. Does this lead us up further into the mountains? Oh my goodness, we can get up here. There's so many places you can climb around and explore, and I think Redwood is having the time of his life up here. Maybe he kind of even feels... It's an eagle. Maybe he even feels kind of drawn to it. Yes, we got it. Oh, good. Thank goodness. It is also snowing a bit harder. Let's complete that quest finally. Goodness sakes. But yeah, I think Redwood feels strangely in his element here, perhaps. Even though he kind of stands out like a sore thumb amid the snow, he's really kind of finding his place here. He's always been confident, but he's enjoying it. He seems to like running around and rolling around in the snow up here. I wonder if he starts his own journey, if this would be somewhere that he would want to call his own home, climbing around up in the heights. We'll have to see. I do want to play generationally. I don't know if we're quite at that point yet with this game, but you know what? I think it would be enjoyable to try once these cubs reach a year old. Oh, and there is a raccoon. Another chance to test out his hunting skills. Unfortunately for that raccoon, none are safe from Redwood, and that wolf may not be either. Oh dear, I think he's getting told off a bit for running on ahead so much, though. He's up to level 27, so he's feeling a bit a bit confident, but Willow is maybe not the most happy about that. All right, but let's see if we can land a good blow on this wolf. I think it's the only one. He didn't really check before running in, but yeah, it would seem so. That is Olive, I think, who's coming up behind us. Not another wolf, and there's Willow. Despite her warnings, he's still pretty confident in running off on his own. Oh boy, there's another cougar here. This could be a struggle. Oh, a South American cougar. I guess like Olive herself, this guy is doing okay out in the cold. Ooh, we gotta stand our ground and keep attacking, but that almost got close. These guys are learning to defend themselves for sure, but yeah, it definitely comes with its risks, even though he is lower level. I do think these guys are a little bit weaker because they're young. I do think that the younger animals do have some reduced stats, so they're still not quite ready to make it on their own. Oh, there's more than one wolf here. The cubs were distracted with eating, and Willow noticed that there were some problems. This is a level 29. We need to run and turn around. Let's see. Can we... Quick maneuvers? Yes, we can. We don't want to be taking this guy on head on. Whoo, boy. You can do some quick maneuvers with that lock-on when it works, but I don't think that Willow is super comfortable with that. I think we just hit level 27, and yeah, that's a little scary to be going up against not one, but two wolves, with one of them level 29. Also, I'm sorry, is Redwood already bigger than Willow is? Hang on a second. Let's finish eating here. I think he might be bigger than her. Well, they're at least... No, he's maybe not quite, but they are dang near the same size. How old is he? She's still 1 year and 8 months. He's still just 8 months. Wow. These guys are growing quickly. Oh, interesting. We've got a new quest. Another rival species, this time ravens. We've rarely seen those guys, but they were more common. Oh, that's not really the deer I wanted to target, but okay. They seemed more common down in the actual woods, so we might have to leave this place and eventually head back down there. Just to make sure that we're getting the the actual species spawning. I don't know. We'll see if we see any up here, but if not, we may leave the cold. And I honestly don't know. Olive's doing okay, but I definitely am getting the sense that although Redwood really seems to enjoy this place and Willow's kind of neutral, I don't think that this is Olive's preferred environment. She seemed to gravitate a lot more towards the open plains down below this, and I could see her making her return there when she becomes an adult and ventures out on her own. So that's something that we might want to keep in mind. We'll let somebody else get this attack here. But we'll have to keep an eye out for another raven if we see one. The birds, unfortunately, don't spawn super commonly. I wish we'd get quests for stronger creatures with this, because we keep getting animals that are just hard to track down rather than actually... Really? We got another kill that just vanished. Goodness. We keep getting animals that, more than being difficult to fight, are just challenging to track down, so it takes forever to get through them. It'll be interesting to see whenever the game updates next. From what I heard, thanks to a recent debacle in the game dev community, it might be a while before we get another update. Hopefully that'll be for the best, but I think that there's been a lot going on. What is that in the distance? But yeah, we'll see when we get our next update and when things are back to their normal progress. It'd be interesting to see if the quest system ends up being a little bit more tailored to each species, because I don't know, most cougars aren't going to have that much trouble tracking down a raven. Oh, this is an Alaskan moose. Oh, and we missed it again, goodness. Sometimes you just do not get the timing with that, or I think it's you can fall back a little bit too far while the attack is active. There we go. That's a little bit easier. And, ooh, we gotta watch out though, because moose do a lot of damage. Oh, there's 2 moose here. Oh, and this one is, wait a second. Well, I guess if you insist, then we can continue, we can attack that one too. Moose do a lot of damage, but I guess not when they're, backed into a corner like that. I think we may have gotten a little separated from Willow, but wait a second. That's a raven right over here. Can we jump it before it has a chance to flee? We sure can. Alright, well I guess that quest wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Let's go ahead, we'll eat this raven, we'll complete it, but then we should probably catch up to Willow, see where she is at. Oh! That doesn't seem quite right. Did she fall all the way down the side of the mountains? Oh dear. That might put an end to our little mountain trip here. I'm not sure Willow's gonna be able to get back up. I think maybe we'd better regroup back at our den, because that might be about the only place that Willow's even able to reach at this point. Well, after a rather lengthy journey, we've gotten everyone back to the den down by the sea, and I think Willow in particular is very thankful for it, having fallen down the cliffs and had to swim most of the way back. However, I do think that Redwood is a little bit sad to have left the mountains behind. He really felt like he was in his element, but after Olive's tense encounters with some of the predators that lived there and general preference for the open anyway, and Willow greatly disliking falling from the mountains, I think Redwood would be pretty hard-pressed to convince his family to return. So for the time being, I have a feeling they'll be staying here. However, the sun is setting, it's getting pretty late, and they've had a very long and tiring day. So I think we're gonna give these guys the chance to get some rest, and the cubs can continue their training in the morning. And here we are after a fresh dawn. The sunlight is blinding, the air is crisp and cool as the seasons pass. And there's another cougar lurking around. That's ominous. No, that's not a cougar, that's a wolf. Okay, well, that's still ominous. Redwood is gonna do what Redwood does best and run right. This is a level 30 wolf. That's not great. Fortunately, he seems to be having a hard time hitting us. And we don't even get to eat. That's not ideal, but you know what? We defended our territory, and that is something that is going to be of the utmost importance. Now, I do want to check because, okay, we have a few new quests here. We need to hunt a bear. I shouldn't have complained. I shouldn't have complained about that quest. And we've got to find a carp. Are there carp in this lake? I know that there were in the river. We're gonna have to sniff around for that, because that could actually be a little bit of a challenge. Is this an eagle right up ahead? Yes, it is, although we did not get to catch it. Well, a quest to hunt a bear. That is a challenge, all right. That sure is a challenge. I guess that we'll have to go looking around for one. Well, we may as well hunt this red deer while we're at it. See if we can take that down for a nice snack. But a bear, we're well acquainted with how hazardous they can be. We have to be pretty dang spot on with our timing if we're gonna take one down. Well, that might be our bear. I think Willow would want to take point on this one, just considering... Okay, good. We will be able to get the jump on it. We're just gonna have to keep doing that repeatedly and hope that the cubs will follow us and not go try to fight the bear on their own. Let's get a little ways away. Stand back. We're gonna have to use our tried and true tactics. I think Willow would instruct the cubs to watch closely as she uses her perfected method to attack the bear and then stay out of trouble, except the cubs are getting awfully close. Maybe we should have told them to stay back, but I think she'd be hard-pressed to keep this eager duo out of the way. One more hit, and another swipe or two. There we go. That is our quest complete. We're gaining pack experience too. I don't know if that does a whole lot yet. I think eventually, yeah, unlockable pack perks coming soon. I think that's a feature that'll be in the game eventually, but isn't yet. But yeah, we've completed another quest. We took down the bear, and I think Willow's growing in confidence of just how well her cubs will be ready to handle the world when they do set out on their own. Wait a second. That's a carp, isn't it? It is! Grab it quick! Grab it quick! We can't kill it just yet, or can we? But if we bring it far enough out of the water, then... Oh, yeah, we can! If you pick it up, and, wait, who was it who wanted this? Actually, wait a second. Oh, well, I guess that did complete the quest. I was gonna say... Yeah, whoever it was, it seems to have worked. I think sometimes they're assigned by... certain pack members. I don't know if that means you have to feed the particular pack member. But yeah, that was easier than I thought it'd be. That fish practically flung itself right into our jaws. I think Willow is a lot like Olive in that she prefers these wide open spaces where she can see what's going on and spot prey from miles away, like this deer up here. Yeah, I think she's definitely got a preference for this sort of thing. Unlike Redwood and his love of the mountains, Willow likes the open plains, and so does... Oh, goodness gracious. Who's hungry now? Dead crab. Oh, it's from Redwood. Okay, yeah, we may have been able to see it. I didn't notice because the text can be so faint, and... No, unfortunately... Oh, there we go. It hasn't been letting me eat recently, which is a thing that it tends to do, so I wonder if there's been something up with the prey or something. Maybe some of them have just been sick, and after making her kills, Willow has decided, maybe not best to eat this after all. It could be a bit of a hazard. Whatever the case may be, though, I think we get most of our experience from killing anyway, especially at this point. Like, we don't get a whole ton just from eating, so it's not too much of a loss. Mostly, we need to know that these guys will be able to hunt for food when they're able to, and when they need to. And thus far, they're proving that pretty solidly. Ah, here it is. You can smell it from miles away. The dead crab, gotta be some stinky, stinky seafood, considering that it's been laying out here in the sun for who knows how long, but apparently this is what Redwood wanted, and so this is what Redwood gets. We've completed that quest, gained some more experience, and the cubs are up to 9 months old. They're growing quite quickly, and all too soon, I think. They're gonna be ready to set out on their own. It's kind of bittersweet. We've spent so much time with them. I think... Oh no, that's Olive. I was gonna say Willow's laying down. I think Redwood is very close to her size already. He'll probably surpass her. I think he's quite large naturally, and I think the males are also a little bit bigger, so he's gonna be a very large lad. But it is bittersweet to think of the parting that may be on its way. However, I doubt that this is the last we'll see of this little cougar family, although it might be the last that we see of them together. We'll have to decide what stories we want to continue on and follow. Is that an eagle? I would like that. I want to hunt that. But for now, and it's gone, for now, I think the cubs are still enjoying a pretty overall carefree existence, despite the dawning weight of their mortality that they've come face to face with now. Overall, they're still just enjoying themselves in the early winter. I think it is becoming winter. Time has been passing a little bit in the background, and I feel like things look a little bit more snow-capped than they have been in the past, at least. So I think things are starting to get a little bit colder, which, yeah, it's been 9 months since these guys were born, so it's gonna start getting pretty chilly. But with that, I think we are going to go ahead and leave this off here for today because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.